Now that Team Canada is back in the gold medal game at the World Hockey Championships, thoughts are going back to when Canada first became a renewed force at the Worlds. Now, by the 1990s, we were sending over more and more of our best players rather than the non-playoff skaters that we could put together or the first round losers. But this team in 1994 was beyond the pale, probably one of the greatest Team Canada's ever, because of the talent, the amount of Stanley Cup winners, the amount of great play with the skaters. Of course, it's the 1994 Team Canada World Hockey Championship squad. Now that team was filled with some of the best up-and-coming and the best veteran players in Canadian history or up until that time. Now, the great Paul Kariya was on that squad, Brendan Shanahan, Joe Sakic, Luc Robitaille, Jason Arnott, Rob Brandamore, Jeff Sanderson, Stevie Thomas, Nelson Emerson, Shane Corson, Mike Ricci, Yves Racine, Pat Verbeek, Robbie Blake, Steve Duchesne, Bobby Dolis, Luke Richardson, Daryl Sador, Stéphane Fissé, Bill Ranford, Marc Bergevin, and of course Kelly Buckberger. Now, the 94 world title event was a very special one for Canadians because being held in Italy, Canada's always had a great connection with the Italian Hockey Federation. Either our Canadian skaters have played for Italy or Italy has given us a hard shake at the Worlds. Now, this was the 58th such event sanctioned by the IAAHF. Teams representing 35 countries participated in several levels of competition, with additional 2 national teams filling the advance for a mid-season preliminary qualifying tournament. The competition also served as qualifications for group placements for 1995. Now, the Group A tournament, which Canada was a part of, took place in Italy from April 25th to May 8, 94, with games played in Bolzano, Canazal, and Milan. Now, 12 teams took part in the A tournament, with the first round being split into 2 groups of 6, with the 4 best teams from each group advancing to quarterfinals. Now, Canada eventually bet Finland in a shootout to capture gold for the first time in 33 years, and it was Canada's 20th world title in hockey. Now, Great Britain, which once was a hockey power years before, was continuing to improve, and they returned to Group A for the first time since '62, but failed to even earn a point. Slovakia, Belarus, Croatia, and Estonia all debuted in Group C because of the breakup of Russia, and the Slovaks winning the top group, the Estonians winning the bottom group that will be called Group D in 2 years. Now, Group A first round, Canada won 5-0 with a 24-7 goal differential. They bet Italy 4-1, Austria 6-1, Germany 3-2, Great Britain 8-2, and Russia in a slight upset 3-1. Now, Group 2, Finland advanced as the top seed with a 4-1 record, but the big deception, of course, was the United States, who lost two games. Now, once we got to the playoff round, Finland bet Austria 10-0. Russia lost 3-1 to the States. Sweden won 7-2 over the hosts, while Canada knocked off the Czech Republic 3-2. Now, the semifinals were both blowouts. Finland dominated the United States 8-0, and Canada defeated Sweden 6-0. Now, in the final, of course, in a shootout, Canada won 2-1 for probably one of the best results they ever had with what they call a tier AA Canadian team. It couldn't be AAA, but the players we did have were tremendous. Now, ladies and gentlemen, talking about that final, they were both tied 0-0 after the first and second periods. The teams were tied 1-1, and then the overtime marker. Now, the idea about this game, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people felt shootouts weren't working to Canada's advantage because just previously they had lost the Olympics in a shootout to Sweden, where they were dominating most of the game. So it was of two minds. Sometimes wins and sometimes taken away. Now, in the Group B side, Switzerland ended up with a great record to finish first with a 6-1 tally. Switzerland was promoted to Group A, while China was relegated to Group C1. At the C1 tournament, Slovakia moved up to Group B by North Korea in their absence were relegated to Group C2. And in the qualifying round of the World Championships, Estonia advanced, Group 2, Croatia advanced. Now, again, in the final round for 28th to 31st place, Estonia got 28th overall. Belgium got 32nd overall. Well, of all teams, Israel, they had a very strong team actually that year, winning 1 of 3 games in the consolation round, and actually bet South Africa. Now the final settles again, ladies and gentlemen. Canada first, Finland second, Sweden third, United States fourth, Russia 5th, Italy 6th, Czech Republic 7th, Austria 8th, Germany 9th, France 10th, Norway 11th, and of course Great Britain 12th place. Now tournament awards, best goalie was Billy Ranford, best forward Paul Correa, media all-star team, goalie was Bill Ranford, and forwards had Correa, Koivu, and Jari Kurri for obvious reasons. Finland had a really loaded team. Now, Korea had 12 points in that series to lead all Canadian shooters and an impressive plus 12. Ranford went undefeated with a 1.14 average with 1 shutout, and Shatalavkov of Russia had a better average but played less games. And just a note, Guy Hubert, a very good young goalie, I think for St. Louis at the time, was 5th place for the United States with a 3.60 average, so he had a not too bad of a tournament. So if you can find a YouTube podcast about Team Canada, and the reason why I mentioned 1994, Canada had 2 opportunities to win gold at the Olympics in 92 and 94, and didn't work out even though they had a talented sides, and this was just kind of a great result. But all these players that are on that team, ladies and gentlemen, later some went on to Olympic gold, Stanley Cup victors. Billy Ranford had won a Stanley Cup. Shanahan was around. So it was a precursor to the Detroit Dynasty, the 2002 Canadian Olympic squad that won. But the 90s were hit and miss for Canada. They do poorly at the Olympics, but better at the Worlds. And we saw that in 97. So ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing with our historical World Championship podcast, let us know with a like, comment, or subscribe. And don't forget, you're only good as your last game, especially at the World Championships, when gold medals and other medals are on the line. Thanks. Bye.